Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to 90 at 9, brought to you in association with Bank of New Zealand. This is your morning briefing where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, starting now with news that Prime Minister John Key has said that AMI Insurance would have needed to go into receivership if the government hadn't provided support. And it turns out the support happened in mid-March when the government wrote a letter of support to the ratings agency AM Best for AMI Insurance. Meanwhile, Bill English has said over the weekend that more than a dozen companies have approached the government for support since the earthquake. He also says that New Zealand should make a benefit of the fact it's cheaper than Australia to employ people here. Remember, the gap between New Zealand and Australian wages is around 30 to 40% and hasn't narrowed in the last 2 to 3 years. This was a key plank of National's re-election strategy, and 2.5 years on, you wonder what's happened to it. Meanwhile, the United States government managed to avoid a shutdown, but only just over the weekend. Disputes in Congress about cutting government spending saw the US government near the brink of a shutdown. Barack Obama is planning a new deficit-cutting plan to be announced this week. Meanwhile, it's clear now that the recovery globally is going to be hampered as we come out of the recession by tightening interest rates and tightening fiscal policy. Also, a rising oil price up to $112 a barrel for West Texas Intermediate over the weekend is going to restrain the recovery. And you can see that in the New Zealand dollar, it's rising with commodity prices now over 78 US cents. That's going to keep our export receipts from growing too quickly. However, it's going to contain the petrol price. As the rising oil price is offset by a rising currency, that means it doesn't flow through too badly to the petrol price. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was 90 at 9, brought to you in association with the Bank of New Zealand.